Number 1. Residential Complex, Jamaica. Initially, I received an assignment from the government of Jamaica to design a residential complex on an area of 60 hectares. A significant portion of this land was communal property, so I proposed creating a multifunctional complex over a larger territory, which eventually expanded into functional subdivisions with a total area of 360 hectares. Fragments of these functional zones are presented in the project. Unfortunately, I was unable to implement it because, at that time 8 years ago, a competing proposal came from the United States, and I did not participate in further developments. Number 2. Coach Terminal, Boryspil, Ukraine. The project was completed in 2021, at which time I was an advisor to the CEO of Kyiv Airport Boryspil. Together with Austrian partners, we developed the master plan for the airport's expansion, increasing passenger traffic and transforming it into a full-fledged hub. As part of these initiatives, work was carried out to extend a railway line from Kyiv Central Railway Station to Boryspil Airport, with the intention of integrating it with the building of the Boryspil Airport coach station. I designed the project, it successfully passed expert review, and construction was scheduled for 2022. Unfortunately, the war broke out and the project was suspended. Number 3. Flagpole. Its total height with a coat of arms is about 90 meters, and it is known as the country's main flag. The flag itself measures 16 by 24 meters. It is located in one of the most symbolic places in Kyiv, on the Pechersk Hills, near the Motherland Monument. I designed and supervised the construction. The official raising of the flag took place on August 23, 2020. It has since remained a proud symbol of Ukrainian statehood and continues to wave to this day. Babyn Museum, Kyiv, Ukraine. A very symbolic project and an architectural monument. The building was originally constructed by architect Nikolaev at the turn of the 19th to 20th centuries as the office of the Jewish Lukyanivka Cemetery, address 44 Melnikova Street. A government-level decision was made to place the Museum of the Victims of Babyn in this building. The task was complex. Externally, I had to restore or preserve the facade in its original form restoration project, while inside I completely removed partitions and created a modern museum space. Construction was underway, but due to the war, funding was suspended. Once possible, work on the museum will continue. Number 5. Reconstruction of Zhulyany Airport, Ukraine. Kyiv's Zhulyany Airport, with operating terminals, was considered for redevelopment in 2004 to 2005 under Mayor Omelchenko. I developed a reconstruction project since it was intended to become a business aviation airport. I strongly opposed keeping a full-scale airport in the city center, as such facilities should not be located within urban areas. However, as a business aviation hub with leisure and business-related infrastructure, it was acceptable. The project was partially implemented, but due to the war, further work was suspended. Number 6. Khmelnytskyi region, Ukraine, grain elevator. A 106,000-ton facility developed in collaboration with Danish specialists using Cimbria technology. The design incorporated the most advanced requirements. As a result, the facility was built in Khmelnytskyi region and is now operational. Number 7. Japanese restaurant, Kyiv, Ukraine. An interior design project for a section of a reconstructed building. I can only present restoration projects here. The restaurant was completed and is functioning in Kyiv. Number 8. Recreational Center, Lanzheron, Odesa, Ukraine. Commissioned by the city authorities, the project envisioned creating the so-called sea facade of Odesa on the city slopes in the Lanzheron Cape area. It was planned as a recreational center. Unfortunately, residents opposed the project, so it was never implemented. However, I believe it could have been organically integrated into the landscape. Number 10. Congress and Exhibition Center Parkovy, Kyiv, Ukraine. I consider this one of my best completed projects. Among the public, it was also nicknamed the helipad, because on its roof there is indeed a fully equipped helicopter landing pad, complete with a pilot tower and an engineering block, capable of accommodating 2 helicopters. Although it has not yet been put into operation, it could be activated at any time, as everything is in place for that purpose. However, the key feature lies elsewhere. On 200,000 square meters stands the Congress and Exhibition Center Parkovy, which was commissioned in December 2013 and has since gained immense popularity as a venue for festivals, expos, and events of various scales. It was originally designed according to the International A+ classification. Later on my channel, I will provide more detailed information about this project. Number 11. Government Center Telichka, Kyiv. Today there is a vast area between the right and left banks of Dnipro River, currently crossed only by a road bridge and a metro bridge. At present, it is an industrial zone, but according to the Kyiv city master plan and the intentions of the previous city administration, it was planned to dismantle the industrial zone and, given the optimal location, to establish a multifunctional public center on the vacated territory. At that time, I proposed creating a government center and an office center there that is not residential complexes, but public-purpose facilities arranged according to a specific structure and layout, with a total area of up to 5 million square meters. A detailed plan of the territory was developed and adopted for approval. I believe that a bit later, once the city and the country have the opportunity and the necessary finances, we will return to this project. Number 12. Island of Science, Kaunas, Lithuania. This was an international competition held a few years ago on an island in the Nemunas River in central Kaunas. The task was to design a multifunctional public center showcasing cutting-edge technologies. My architectural and structural proposal received second place. The winning design was implemented instead, differing from my vision. Number 13. Sofiyivka Park, Uman, Ukraine. Fantasy Park. Across from the historical 200-year-old Sofiyivka Park lay a neglected ravine of 10 hectares. A decision was made to create a modern park of the same name. I designed and supervised construction of the new park, which is now highly popular and operational. Number 14. Business Project Chaika, Alushta, Crimea, Ukraine. A business project prepared at the request of an entrepreneur. Work was stopped by the Russian occupation of Crimea in 2014. To my knowledge, the site remains undeveloped. Number 16. This is the existing Sky Family Park in Kyiv, Ukraine. It is located next to the large Sky Mall shopping center. When the client approached me, it was an abandoned 8-hectare plot of land on the banks of the Dnipro River, littered with construction debris. As a result of certain design and construction transformations, we now have a beautiful park that is in high demand, especially in the summer, when many people want to walk, have fun, and relax there. Number 17. Restaurant Telichka, Kyiv, Ukraine. This restaurant is located in an existing residential building. It occupies the lower 2 floors. During the renovation process, separate facade spatial solutions were implemented, but the most important thing is the interior of this restaurant, and what was laid out in the project was clearly reflected in the implementation. Today, this restaurant is in high demand. Number 18. Private residential house. This is, in fact, my own home, built for a large Armenian family. It currently stands completed as designed. Number 19. Stadium Start, Kyiv, Ukraine. This stadium is historically significant as the site of the infamous death match during World War II. On August 9, 1942, the Kyiv team defeated the German team Flagpole. Later, Ukrainian players were accused and executed. The stadium is a monument, so the project combined restoration of its memorial part with a complete reconstruction of the neglected sports facility, including plans for a multifunctional sports center with an ice arena. Unfortunately, the war prevented implementation, though the project had been approved. Number 20. Stoliv, Montenegro. Located in the stunning Bay of Kotor, on 8 hectares of active slopes. A client asked me to design an interesting concept, and I developed a project for an apart hotel with a total area of 10,000 square meters. The site is currently undergoing legal processes of sale, and the new owner is expected to continue cooperation with me for working project development. Number 21. Ukrainian House, Kyiv, Ukraine. Originally built in the late 1970s as a Lenin museum, the building became a multicultural center named Ukrainian House after 1991. 4 years ago, the government decided it required reconstruction to meet modern needs. I developed the reconstruction project, but due to the war in 2022, implementation was suspended. For now, it continues operating in its original form, but I expect work will resume later. Number 22. Cultural Center, Mariupol, Ukraine. A 19th century building, abandoned and in poor condition. At the request of Mariupol's authorities, I prepared a restoration project with preserved facades and modernized interiors for contemporary cultural use. The project passed expert review in December 2021, and construction was to start in early 2022. However, in spring 2022, Mariupol was 95% destroyed by Russian forces. Number 24. River Port Terminal, Kyiv, Ukraine. A restoration project for this architectural monument, which now functions as the American University Kyiv. Number 25. Rome, Italy. An international competition to redesign the Tiber River embankment in Rome. Since Rome is full of monuments, new construction or reconstruction is practically impossible. Therefore, my project proposed innovative ideas with special effects and technical solutions while preserving the historic environment. Number 26. Transport Hub, Kazakhstan. A 550-hectare transport hub designed to handle large cargo volumes from China and redirect them to Europe while bypassing Russia. I enthusiastically undertook this project last year. Legal issues are currently being resolved at the state level, and I hope the company will continue working with me on detailed design. Number 27. Embassy of India, Kyiv, Ukraine. An embassy complex designed for India in Kyiv. Number 28. Ice Cream Factory Azur, Smila, Ukraine. A project focused mainly on technical and technological solutions rather than architecture. Nevertheless, as a result of these efforts, the factory now operates successfully, producing excellent ice cream. Every time I visit, people thank me for the project,